Hi and welcome to another Fat for Weight Loss recipe video. Today I'm showing you exactly how to make fat bombs that don't taste like coconut. Let's get started. Okay, so I have a few ingredients that are lined up here and I'm going to show you exactly how I would make these cheesecake fat bombs, and I'm going to add a very special ingredient to these ones to make them taste a little bit like banana and chocolate on top. Alright, so let's get started. All we need to do is if we have 150 grams of cream cheese here, so I'm going to put that into this main bowl here. Now 150 grams is around about 5 ounces, so I also have 50 grams of melted butter here, which is about 1.5 ounces, so I'm going to pour that in there. Now I also have 1/4 cup of refined coconut oil. Now this is the reason why these fat bombs don't taste like coconut. I was not a big fan of fat bombs when they first came out because they only tasted like coconut. It was like coconut and lemon and all that sort of stuff, and I couldn't stand it. So refined coconut oil is basically cooking coconut oil that doesn't taste extremely like coconut. It's been refined, it's had all of the coconut taste taken out of it. It's something that is very similar to MCT oil in regards to the taste, but in regards to energy, MCT oil is a little bit superior because it is only the medium chain triglyceride. So I'm going to put that in there like that. So that is 1/4 cup. And I also have a tablespoon of erythritol. I'm going to put that in there like that. And I also have a teaspoon of vanilla extract. So I'm going to put that in there like that. Now I have 1/4 teaspoon of banana extract. Now this stuff is lethal. This stuff is very, very strong. So depending on how strong your banana extract is, depends on how much you need to add. So 1/4 teaspoon is plenty for this recipe for me, because I know that this banana extract does a very good job at making things taste like banana. So this is going to be a cream cheese style fat bomb. I'm going to make the base first, and then I'm going to add the top section a little bit later. So I'm just going to mix this together. Okay, that's perfect. So I've mixed all of the base ingredients together in this bowl, and now I'm going to mix together the part for the top, which is going to be the chocolate part. So I'm going to take that bowl away and put this bowl here. So what I have here is that I'm going to mix together 1/2 cup of coconut oil and the refined version of the coconut oil, so it doesn't taste like coconut. So I'm going to put that in there like that. Now I also have 1 teaspoon of cocoa powder. That's going in there as well. And then I also have around about 1 teaspoon of erythritol that goes in the top. So that goes in there like that. And you don't actually have to mix this with a mixer. You can just mix this with a spoon, because coconut and cocoa mix together very well. You don't need to have an electric mixer to get this stuff mixed together. So what's going to happen is that with fat bombs, you tend to put them in the fridge and they will harden over time. You can put them in the freezer and they will harden even quicker as well. I like to have 1 for breakfast maybe, or 2 for breakfast, depending on how many calories I'm trying to do. They are a perfect snack if you're trying to add some more fat to your diet. And all of these ingredients are fantastic. There's nothing here you cannot eat on a healthy diet. So now I have the top mixed and I have the bottom section mixed. I'm going to get my silicone baking tray here. Now, this silicone baking tray, and the reason why I use silicone is because it makes it very, very easy to get them out afterwards. So what happens is that if you were to use a normal cupcake tin that is metal or plastic or something like that, it makes it extremely hard to actually remove them once they freeze or once they cool, because you can't actually get them out with a knife or anything. It's best to use silicone, and something like this is perfect. I got this from Kmart for $5. So if you're looking around for something like this, definitely look into silicone for making fat bombs. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the base ingredients in first, and then I'm going to add the top ingredients later on. So let's get the base ingredients in first. So to put the base mixture into the silicone pan, all I'm going to use is a spoon. I'm just going to spoon it in a little bit at a time. I'm using a tablespoon to put that in there like that. Probably around about half of a tablespoon goes in the bottom of each, and then you just fill up as needed afterwards. I can smell the banana extract from here, and it is fantastic. Now, once all of the ingredients are in the bottom of the silicone base, now you just need to flatten the tops out with a teaspoon. So all I do is I go around and I just go, okay, flatten the tops out like that. It doesn't have to be anything smooth. You just want to have a level playing field for when you go to put the top ingredients on afterwards. That's perfect. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put that in the freezer for about 10 to 15 minutes and wait for that bottom section to solidify a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and put the base ingredients on top. So stick with me. All right, so we're back. These cheesecake base fat bombs have been in the freezer for about 10 minutes. And what I've done is I've quickly just flattened the top again, because as they set in the freezer, it gets easier to make them flat once they get removed from the freezer. So I'm gonna put the top section into these fat bombs now. And it is the coconut and cocoa mixture that we did before. Now, cocoa has plenty of great antioxidants that are very beneficial on the ketogenic diet, and it also contains magnesium. So not only are you getting great antioxidant values, but you're also getting a hit of electrolytes as well. So fantastic idea for fat bombs. If you don't like the taste of coconut, these are fantastic. Even though they are using coconut oil, they are using refined coconut oil, which doesn't taste like coconut at all. So I'm just going to mix this mixture around because it's been sitting there for about 10 minutes. And I'm just going to very slowly pour a little bit into each section. Now, that looks perfect to me. I think there's one that just had a little bit too little in there and one that had a bit too much, but that's totally fine. Once you put it in the freezer, they will harden up and go nice and crispy on top because the coconut oil isn't mixed with anything that like the cream cheese. So you'll have a really nice creamy bottom and a little bit of a crispy, almost like chocolate biscuit type top. So these are fantastic if you need to add some more fat into your diet without adding any extra protein or carbohydrates really. So if you're looking for a fat bomb recipe, this vanilla chocolate cheesecake fat bomb is going to rock your world. This one also has some banana extract in the bottom again, so it tastes fantastic. It is like a choc banana lollipop. You know, it's just, they are fantastic. They are so delicious. You're gonna wanna try these out. Again, if you love watching videos like this, I do them every single week. If you haven't already hit subscribe below, please consider doing so because it really helps me out and it helps me make recipe videos like this for you. Again, thank you so much for watching. My name is Aaron Day. This is a Fat for Weight Loss recipe video, and I will see you in the next video.